Hello, welcome to Phillips Free Library's National Cookie Cutter Week. We thought it was a great way to talk about cookies all week long, something that's fun when we get into December. Lots of people are making different cookies and different special treats and projects. So this week we're going to do cookie cutters all week. Today I'm going to make a cookie cutter ornament with you, but we have different activities Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So make sure you check back every single day. Priscilla has also put together a virtual kitchen, and that is on our Facebook page and our website, phillipsfreelibrary.org. You can look at this kitchen and click on the different objects in the kitchen and get links to different cookie recipes, dog bones, English tea, how to serve an English tea. And if you click on the recipe box, you'll get a link to some of the favorite recipes of the staff here at the library. So let's go ahead and get started on our cookie cutter ornament. That's what we're making today. So this is what it looks like. I know growing up, we always had an ornament or a cookie cutter that didn't work well for cookies. It was an angel, and every time you baked it, the head fell off because it just wasn't put together very well. So if you have some old cookie cutters that you don't use very often anymore, or they don't make very good cookies, those would be the perfect ones to use for this project today. So I'm just going to turn the camera around and move things so that you can see what I've got going on here. All right, so the first thing you need to do is obviously pick your cookie cutter. I have a gingerbread man, and I have some heavy cardstock scrapbook paper. You can use whatever you have available. If you have wrapping paper, that would work, though just be careful with it because it's not super strong. You want something a little bit heavy, but use whatever you have. So I would like this to be this way, but I'm going to use the back because it's going to be a whole lot easier to trace and be able to see what I'm cutting on this side. So go ahead and trace right up against your cookie cutter, but when it comes time to cutting it out, don't cut right on the line. You want to give yourself just a little bit of extra paper so that when it comes time to gluing it on, you have plenty to glue. My pencil's not working real great right now. All right. So here is the tracing of the cookie cutter. I'm not going to use this one. You don't need to watch me cut. I already have a Christmas tree cut out. So here's the Christmas tree cut out and my Christmas tree cookie cutter. It's definitely a little bit big, which is perfect. You can see that there's a little overlap around the edges. I'm going to use tacky glue to glue this on. You can use tacky glue, you could use hot glue, though I always make a mess when I use hot glue. You could use Elmer's glue, it's just going to take a little bit longer to dry. So use your choice of glue, and you're going to put the glue right on the sharp part of the cookie cutter, the part that you would actually use to cut out the cookie. And I'm just going to put glue on the whole thing, all the way around. You want to make sure it's on all of the whole outline of the cookie cutter. That way it will definitely stick. And go ahead and redo any parts that you might have missed. All right, and now comes the tricky part. Now we need to get it right on the cookie cutter, the paper cutout. And this is why it's helpful to have just a little bit of extra so that you have space to work with. So you can see there's a little bit of extra around, and that'll be fine. You can either leave it or you can come back later and use an X-Acto knife to cut off, to cut off the extra parts. Now, there's definitely some extra glue in here. You can leave it, it will turn clear, but you might still be able to see it some. So what I did, I just cut off a little scrap of paper, and you can go inside and just kind of use your scrap and just get that extra glue right out of there. Oops, that time I just pushed it down, pushed it right away. But you get the idea. So go in and clear out your extra glue, take care of that. And then your next step is to figure out how you want to hang it. I'm going to choose to poke a hole. Here's my other one. I'm going to choose to poke a hole right up in the beginning, or right up in the top of this snowflake up here. You can use needle and thread. You can use a thumbtack to make the hole. I didn't have either. We had a compass in the drawer here at the library, so I'm going to use that to poke a hole in the top. You don't want it right at the very, very top because you don't want it to pull out. So I have my hole and I'm just going to make it just a little bit bigger. I also found this was the perfect size to go with the string that I have, so you also want to consider that. I have some, it's not super thick string, but thicker than a piece of just sewing thread. So I'm going to put that through the hole. At least that's my plan. Let me try the other end. There we go. So it's through the hole, and now you have a couple choices. You can just make a knot in it just like this and have it hang just like that. I chose to use a bead on mine because that's going to keep my two pieces of string together a little bit. Right down like that. And then I'm going to make a knot at the top of it so my bead doesn't slide all over the place. So I'm just going to make a knot like this around my thumb and through. And I want to slide that down as close to the top of the bead as I possibly can so it doesn't go anywhere. There we go. See? Like that. And then you just want to make a knot at the top so you can actually hang it on something. There we go. So here is a super simple Christmas ornament. It could be an ornament for anything you want it to be for. You can also jazz this up a little bit if you have some little decorations, tiny little ribbons or little baubles, little gemstones, whatever. You can add that in here. You can add stuff around the outside of the cookie cutter also. So that is our craft for today. Tomorrow we're going to make cookie cutter bird feeders. So stop back and see how those look. Bye.